Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This video is in our transition word or linking word series. And today's topic is comparisons. So what do we mean by comparison? We take one thing and we compare it to another. In today's class, we have 6 words, linking words, that we can use in a sentence to tie two ideas together. And that's really how we use transition words or linking words. If you haven't watched my other videos on transition words or linking words, I recommend that you do, just to kind of get into the rhythm of using transition words. These are really helpful in making you sound much more fluent and helping you to continue on a conversation. Helps you to connect your ideas together without stopping or making basic or abrupt sentence changes. So our first word for today is similarly. Now, is that an adverb? Absolutely, it is an adverb. It's an adverb that doesn't quite follow the rule with adverbs like some of the other ones where it comes before the verb or after the verb. Similarly tends to hang out at the beginning of a sentence or at the end of a sentence when you use it as an adverb. In this case, we're using it as a linking word. So we want to find this one in the center between two things that you want to compare together, but they're the same. If I was to use similarly as a transition word, I might use it something like this. Peter is a good worker, similarly to John. Okay? So I've taken Peter and I've compared him to John, but in a similar way. It's not a contrast, it's just a comparison, that they're both good workers. Or I could say something like, pumpkins are grown in the winter season similarly as squash. Both of them are winter vegetables or fall vegetables, and you're comparing the two of them together, but not in a negative way, in a similar way. They're both equal to each other. Our next linking word is in comparison. This one I think is a little bit more easier to understand because we're using our theme, comparisons. So when you actually say in comparison, it really helps the person understand what you're saying, as long as they understand what the word comparison means. Now with this one, you can go positive or negative. So I could give you the example of Microsoft didn't do so well this year in comparison to Google. So I am sort of giving a positive and negative spin on the connection between the two. Or I could do a positive comparison, meaning I could say something like Amazon did well this year in comparison to Tesla. Maybe not quite as good or very similar in nature. Okay? Our next word is comparatively. Yes, comparatively is an adverb, and we often use it to help an adjective. So I could say, for example, he is comparatively fast. There, I'm using it just to kind of help the adjective explain. But in this case, we can also use comparatively as a linking word. So let me give you some examples. The delivery of parcels with FedEx is comparatively slow compared to UPS. Now, this is just an example, and I have no idea if that is true or false. I'm just using that as an example. Or imagine I was talking to my boss and I said to him, the supply of raw materials from this company is comparatively consistent compared to the delivery of raw materials from this company. Using words like these are so much better used as a linking word because it allows me to keep the flow of the sentence going rather than break the sentence into two parts, which can sometimes make it a little confusing for the listener. Our next transition word is not really a word or a single word, it's a phrase, at the same time. Now, to use this one, let me give you an example. I could say to somebody, learning English is difficult. At the same time, learning Spanish is easier. What did I do? I made a comparison, but I made it sort of negative and positive. I mean, you could keep it neutral or you could do positive positive with this one, but it's very universal. Let me give you an example of keeping it neutral with this phrase. So I could say to my friend, I really need to go for a run in the park today. At the same time, I should be studying for my exam. All right? So hopefully you can understand that one. Our last two transition words are likewise and like. Likewise is a little bit more trickier to understand and can be used negative, positive, or you could keep it neutral. So let me give you an example. I will be working late today. Likewise, my coworker David, he's going to take off early. That new series on Netflix is really cool. Likewise, the other show that I was watching on Netflix, I got kind of bored. Now, the word like we see all over the place, and a lot of people use it to say that they agree with something or they adore something. Oh, I like apples. Oh, I like going to the park. But it can also be used as a transition word, and where I like it the best is when I'm talking about something and I want to give a list. So let me give you an example. Um, Imagine that I went to the market and my friend said to me, so, did you enjoy your day at the market? And I could say, yeah, the market has so many things like meat, vegetables, fruits, dry goods. It's an example where I can tie my two ideas together by using like. That's it for today's lesson on transition words with the theme comparison. Covered 6 today. There's, of course, many, many more. But if you can learn those ones and pick a few that you really like, it can really help out tying your sentences together. All right. So this is Jay signing off. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.